Georgia beat Tennessee 38-12 on Saturday. Blake Topmeyer with Mike Wilson and John Adams in the Knoxville News-Sentinel. Guys, Tennessee did cover the spread, and afterwards Jeremy Pruitt liked his fight in the team that he saw in the second half. John, overall, should he be encouraged by what he saw today?
Yeah, I mean, it's all relative. I think you look at the 3 games against Power 5 conference teams, West Virginia, Florida, now Georgia. This was Tennessee's best game, and it was against the best team it's played. So, like you said, it didn't give up. It kept playing hard. Offense did a little better in the second half, and I thought the defense played really hard.
Yeah, I didn't think that the score maybe gave the defenses as much credit. Not that they deserved a ton, but they deserved some. Forced a couple fumbles, really got a bad break early when Jake Fromm fumble popped into the hands of Isaac Nada, and he returned it for a touchdown. Just overall, Mike, do you think encouraging from the defense, not so much from the offense, or what was your take kind of on the 2 sides of the ball?
Yeah, I think the issue, it's relative, like you said. Statistically, the offense was garbage. 209 total yards. I mean, better in the second half, went from 68 to around 130. That's still not efficient. That's still bad. And what, 75-ish yards on 2 plays? Not good offensively. Defensively, yes. I think seeing some pass rush was the most positive thing Tennessee could have seen today. Darrell Taylor having a big game. This team hasn't pressured a quarterback yet this year, consistently. And they did that today, and that's certainly a positive thing. The score, I think, like you guys said, might not have reflected the result, but I still think Tennessee was rather handily dominated this game, despite the score maybe still being off.
Yeah, I agree, because it was sort of interesting. It seemed like the mood afterwards, not from everybody, but from some people associated with the program, was, well, it could have been a lot worse. And it could have been, but if it's to the point where a 26-point loss feels like, well, that wasn't so bad. I mean, to me, that shows how far this program has regressed in the last couple of years, and just how far of a gap exists between the Georgia of the world right now and the Tennessees.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, while I'm giving credit to Tennessee for its effort, I really didn't think Georgia played very well.
Jake Fromm missed a lot of throws.
Oh, Jake Fromm did. I mean, unforced errors. A couple of times I didn't think receivers for Georgia extended on plays. They had a couple of fumbles. Fromm fumbled a snap. Elijah Holyfield fumbled the ball in the ring snap when they're inside the 5. It just didn't look nothing like the number 3 team the country's supposed to look like.
I agree. I mean, I feel like this Georgia team is a legit national championship contender. Didn't think they played like that today. Mike, bye week coming up for Tennessee now. On the other side of that bye week is Auburn and Alabama. But taking the opponent out of the equation a little bit, I guess, just what does Tennessee need to improve here kind of at this reset portion of the season to maybe be able to make some headway, maybe get a couple wins in the back half of the schedule?
You know, I think to me all that goes to Jeremy Pruitt's post-game refrain the last 2 weeks. It's been very similar. I like the look in some of my players' eyes. I like the way some of my players are competing. It's what he's not saying. There are guys that he's seeing not competing and not buying in right now and not giving all effort. That's got to change. If this team's got to have a shot in anything, that's got to change. And sure, he likes the way some guys are doing that, but some isn't good enough to win a football game, especially with a team that just doesn't really have it right now. But on that note, I believe more of what he said post-game this week than last week. Last week saying I like the way my players competed, I thought was kind of a farce. They did not show that last week, but they did this week. I mean, there were those signs this week. It's just unfortunate for them that it still is a 26-point loss.
So again, final score from Athens, 38-12. Georgia wins. Vols dropped to 2-3. For all the coverage of the game, go to govolsextra.com.